about you forget about the coffee? Just come home with me and get some rest.
I can't. I have to go back to the hospital. I could never leave ICU, so I didn't get any of my paperwork filed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give her a tip. All she did was give you a cup of coffee.
Well, she works hard, and she's always nice.
See, I'm really glad I'm going to spend the rest of my life with somebody who thinks like that. You're right.
I'm sorry, I'm just exhausted. It's been a horrible night, and we're going... I don't think Craig's going to make it.
Yeah.
He's just too young.
He did an awful lot of damage in a very short lifetime.
Don't gloat, okay? Please, not now. He's my patient. You know what? I'm going back. This isn't a good time to talk.
Meg, look, I'm sorry. And Margot and Craig are very lucky to have you.
Margot and Craig aren't lucky at all right now.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let you ruin the best day of my life. Hey, meet me at the Lakeview. We've got something to celebrate. Hey, where's the champagne?
My grandson's going to grow up without a mother, and his father's going to be in jail. And
if Montgomery's going to die, I will move heaven and earth to help the person who killed him.
You can't help Dusty. He confessed.
When the jury figures out what Montgomery's done, they're not going to sentence Dusty. They'll sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow.
That's not funny, Paul.
They're not going to sentence Dusty. They'll throw him a parade.
Neither is that.
After everything that Dusty's done for Johnny, I will make sure that I have Dusty's back for the rest of Dusty's life.
Craig is not Johnny's father. Dusty is.
Yeah, no, I know that. And you and I and Will and Meg and Lucy will all take care of Dusty, and we'll all make sure that Johnny is very well taken care of.
Johnny has lost so much already.
We'll put everything back together for him. Doesn't matter what it takes. We'll do it for Jennifer.
Who are you, and what have you done with my son?
Meg and I are getting married.
I know.
Yeah, but you don't know when. It's next week.
Really?
Yeah, well, it all kind of makes sense, you know. Now Johnny can be the center. He can be the heart of a big, strong family.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it'll be a new beginning for all of us.
Yeah. And please, don't let your concern for Dusty in any way diminish the sheer joy of Craig Montgomery meeting his imminent demise.
No champagne.
No.
But a mimosa, perhaps?
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Can we... 2 mimosas. Thanks. What?
You. Self-assured, cocky, optimistic.
I'm in love. Meg's wonderful.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe you had something to do with what happened to Craig.
I'm conflicted. My own mother accusing me of plotting murder.
You walk in here wanting champagne, and you say all of our problems will be over if Craig is dead.
The police made a positive ID. Dusty shot Craig.
Dusty has been pushed as far as a man can possibly be pushed. If I find out that you manipulated his desperation to get what you wanted...
I wouldn't do that.
Good. I want to make myself very clear on something. Because of the way Dusty treated Jennifer, and because of how he is with Johnny, he has become like another son to me. And I don't have to remind you how I react when I feel that one of my children is being threatened.
All right, you can relax. I think we're on the same side here.
You don't have to look so wounded. We were having such a wonderful time when we were talking about Craig's death, weren't we? And to your wedding, of course.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Isn't it wonderful how a little orange juice takes the stigma out of drinking in the morning?
No, it's not drinking if you make a toast. Then it's just toasting to our family.
To Meg joining our family.
Oh, that was good. Almost sincere.
Oh, it is sincere. Now, I have to admit that I didn't always think of her as the ideal daughter-in-law, but you get that stupid-looking grin on your face whenever you talk about her, so I figure she must be the real deal.
She is absolutely the real deal.
And she has timing, too.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
We were just talking about you.
Oh, were you telling your mom how awful I was to you this morning?
No, I was telling her about our as soon as we can throw it together wedding.
You know, you don't need a lot of time to plan an elegant wedding. I can give you all the help you want, give you any kind of resources you need.
Well, that's very nice of you, Barbara. Thank you. But I guess Paul didn't tell you. We're getting married at Holden and Lily's, and my mother's taking care of all the details.
How homespun?
Yep. We're going to stick you in gingham. You and Emma are going to ride in on a buckboard.
He thinks he's funny when he's not. It would be a great service to all if you could knock that out of him.
You know, you two are in a pretty good mood. I guess my news isn't a surprise.
Why? What's your news?
Well, Craig came to. I just checked before I left. They think he's going to make a full recovery.
Coming up.
Thanks. Thank you. Full recovery, huh?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Dusty should have used a silver bullet.
Don't. Please don't talk like that.
The world will be a better place without Craig Montgomery.
You know what, Paul? I didn't become a nurse because I like wearing the outfit. Me and 20 other people spent the whole night working our butts off to save his life. So I don't like listening to jokes about people dying.
Surely you know what Craig has done to our family. Continues to do.
Dusty took a gun and shot him. He played God. Are you saying that he had a right to do that? That this was a good thing?
Craig drove him to it.
No. No, there is nothing saying thou shalt not kill unless he's a really bad guy. Look, the sick thing about Craig is how he gets other people to end up just like him.
Craig gives people no choice.
There's always a choice. Okay, look, maybe I need to make something clear before I sign on as a member of this family. If Craig goes after custody again...
When Craig goes after custody again.
We protect Johnny every way we can. Legally. Without violence. And that's non-negotiable.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Of course I'm right.
Oh, calm down. I said you were right. I'm wrong.
I'm sorry. After last night, I'm just a little wound up.
Maybe I should go upstairs.
No, please. I would like for you to both hear this. I was a little wound up last night, too. After everything that Craig has done to all the people that I love, I was glad that the whole thing might finally be over.
Which is understandable.
I do understand. But we have to be careful, Paul. I mean, Dusty went over the edge. What he did was wrong. Violence can't be the answer. It just can't.
There's nothing more precious than human life.
Thank you. I'm sorry I came down hard on you. It's just very important to me.
How do you do that? How do you make morality sexy?
You better not be saying that to all the girls.
I say it to all the girls I'm going to marry. Which reminds me, there's something I got to do. When we do say I do, I don't want any unfinished business hanging over our heads. Can you please make sure she doesn't stay too long? She's got to get home and get some rest.
Looks like you really got through to him.
Well, one of the things that sets him apart from all the other guys is sometimes he actually listens.
I said human life, Meg. But not Craig's.
You are quite a formidable woman, Meg Snyder. That's meant as a compliment.
And you like the way I dress, too.
No, I meant that. It's been quite a while since Paul's had someone who could put him in his place.
I'm not going to stop being the person I am just because I'm in love with him.
No one's asking you to. Just be aware. He's a passionately independent man. You can only lay down the law so often.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Cards on the table?
Shoot.
I'm worried. The way Craig drives Paul crazy. I don't want Paul to end up like Dusty. I mean, think about it. What kind of life is Dusty going to have from now on? I mean, Craig has a way of getting people to do things that end up costing them big time.
And no one knows that more than I.
I know. I'm not on Craig's side.
I know that, too.
The truth is, my plan is to keep Paul away from Craig as much as possible. I mean, you get these guys in the same room and something bad is going to happen.
What are you doing? Let go of me. How could you do that? You were trying to kill Craig. How could you do that?
You need to walk out of here and you need to forget what you just saw.
And just let you commit murder?
Craig is about to get a hold of Johnny and... Look, I did some terrible things to Jennifer when she was alive, and this is the only thing I can think of to try and make it up to her, is to try and keep her son safe.
Oh, wait, and you do that by taking another human being's life? That is
tried to help
crazy.
Johnny, once you saved his life, that's all I'm trying to do now.
You don't save one person's life by taking another. You're not thinking straight.
No, I am. I've thought this out. And Dusty's going to go to jail for trying to kill Craig. And that means that Craig, the biological father, is going to get custody. And after everything that Jennifer went through, I will not let that happen. I will not let him have that child.
I know this is hard on you.
Emily, look. You understand me. Probably better than anybody else alive.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I'm not asking you to help me do it, but please, you... What I want...
What? Just say it.
Is for you to understand. And let me go back in there and finish what I started and do what we both know is right. And if you do that, Emily, if you do that, I will owe you one forever.
What are you asking me to do? Let you commit murder and then maybe you'll be my friend?
I'll owe you one.
What does that buy me? A polite nod as we pass each other on the street?
Em, I think we should always be more than that.
Are you marrying Meg or not? I'm going to police.
No, you're not. You're going to keep your mouth shut.
Well, what? You'll kill me too?
No, but I will go to the police and turn you in.
For what?
Attempted murder.
What are you talking about?
You're an accessory before the fact in Dusty's shooting of Craig.
I am not!
Yes, you are.
What are you talking about?
I saw you.
Where?
In Dusty's car. Before the shooting. With this gun.
Coming up.
You didn't see me. You couldn't have. I wasn't there.
Emily, I saw you with Dusty's gun.
You followed me? Why?
Because after your little acting job with me and Barbara, you were so concerned about Dusty having a gun, I decided to keep an eye on you. And I'm glad I did, because I saw you with your new best friend, Craig.
Yeah, who's my boss? And we were talking about work.
You and Craig have been in on this from the beginning, all to try and get to Dusty. You were going to stir the pot until finally he was desperate enough, because you knew ultimately he was going to go after Craig with that gun.
No, what I told you and Barbara was the truth. I was trying to protect Dusty. That's why I switched the bullets for the Oh, my God. You're the one who put the real bullets back into the gun. You were there.
You don't know what you're talking
about. You just said you were there. You were in the garage. You saw me take the bullets out of Dusty's gun.
Can't prove that. And this could spell real trouble for you, Emily.
There's no one else who hates Craig as much as you do, except Dusty. And you hate Dusty, so why not sacrifice him to destroy Craig? How could you do
Emily,
this?
you're hysterical. How could I do this? How could you do this? How could you do this to Jennifer after everything she did for you? Has she kept you out of jail for the rest of your life? And how do you repay her? By teaming up with a guy who she loathed, by teaming up with a guy who she feared, by making sure that his son winds up with him.
How do you think Jennifer would feel about you right now?
She loved Dusty, and you're setting him up to commit murder?
Oh, Dusty just did what he was planning on doing anyway.
If you had just left the blanks in the gun, none of this would have happened.
Then Craig would have wound up with Johnny.
Oh, right. And so then when he had the audacity not to die, you came here to finish him off. Oh, I'm going to the police. I'm going to the police.
You're only looking for trouble.
You will not get away with murder.
What are you gonna do? You gonna lock me up? You gonna send me to jail for the rest of my life? You can't do that. You just can't. You still care about me too much to do something like that.
Watch me.
Wait. Will you at least think about this? Because once you talk, you can't take it back. And it might be something that you regret.
Oh, I won't regret anything. Oh.
Hi. We were just talking.
Outside of Craig's room? Why? What's going on?
Your fiance asked you a question. Why don't you answer her? Or I will.
Hey, Emily, since you were so set on filling me in, why are you and Paul hanging out around Craig's room?
Really no mystery. I mean, we just kind of ran into each other, that's all.
Okay, so then why are you making
Can we
such a
talk
big
about this later? Alone?
I don't think so.
Okay, what happened?
What are you doing? I came to see Craig.
Your mother's a doctor, Emily. You have to know that someone in Craig's condition isn't allowed any visitors.
Well, then maybe you should tell that to Paul, because when I walked into Craig's
Emily
room, Paul
didn't do
was
anything.
standing
It was
there.
all my fault. I was already there when Emily showed up.
Paul, you know that's not allowed. This is intensive care. It's just immediate family until the doctor lifts that.
Excuse me, I was not finished. I walked into Craig's room, and Paul was standing there.
Did you hear
ready-
that?
That's Craig. I better go check on him.
So I'll see you at home.
No, you wait here. We need to talk.
You should rethink this.
Okay, I'm done thinking. I'm going to the cops.
What are you going to tell them?
What am I going to tell them? I'm going to tell them what I saw. That you tried to suffocate
Why don't we go in
Craig
there
with a
now and
pillow.
you tell Meg what you saw?
Why?
I'll
Well,
go
she's
in
not going
there
to do
too.
anything about it.
You tell your side of the story and I'll tell my side
What side of the story? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm the one who put the blanks in the gun. You're the one who switched them out for real bullets.
That's a ridiculous story. Why would the police believe you?
Well, they'll believe me when I tell them that you came here to finish off what Dusty started. That you tried to
Interesting
suffocate him with a
accusation
pillow.
coming from a woman who tried to kidnap Dusty and tried to kill him herself.
I was trying to help Dusty.
How does it help Dusty if he shoots Craig with blanks?
Well, attempted murder gets you a lot less time than murder.
Well, I guess you ought to know.
If Craig died, Dusty would be spending the rest of his life
It
behind
doesn't
bars.
matter as long as Craig doesn't get his hands
No, you
on
know what?
Johnny.
No matter what you do, you cannot make this
Craig
right.
is the one person that Jennifer would have killed herself if he had ever tried to get his hands on her son.
And Craig would have eventually gotten custody of him. It doesn't matter. I was just...
You were what? That's exactly what I'm asking you. You were trying to help Craig? Why?
I didn't want Dusty going to
You
jail.
don't have any concern for Dusty, all right? You have even less concern for Johnny.
You don't understand.
No, I don't. Explain it to me, Emily. Why would you help Craig, a guy who you say you can't even stand? Did he promise you something? Is that it? Did he promise you?
No.
Well, then what? Did he threaten you? Did he threaten Daniel?
No.
What did he promise you? What could he possibly promise you? Me? He promised you me?
No.
He promised you that you and I would somehow be together?
No.
How could he promise something like that?
No, you don't understand.
How could he promise you that? How could he guarantee that I would even...
You said you wouldn't leave.
I was gonna call a doctor to come check you out.
Oh, to give me meds for my pain.
Yes.
But not to sleep. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to dream.
Okay.
Now you're patronizing me?
You've been shot, Craig. Your body's working to fight infection to heal the wound. The pain is the only thing that's keeping you awake right now. So take the pain away, you sleep. It's inevitable.
What if you were here? I'd have sweet dreams, I know it.
Now who's patronizing?
It's true.
Well, despite that, I have other patients to tend to before my shift is over tonight.
Oh, but you're gonna stay here a couple more hours, right?
Yeah, till 7.
And you'll be here tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow. I'm off.
What's with this smile? You got something fun planned?
Always. Now, will you let me call your doctor?
Tell me what you have planned.
To spend the day with the man I love.
Oh, don't make the critically ill nauseous.
Well, then don't ask me personal questions, because you know all the answers lead to Paul.
Call the doctor, get my meds, put me out of my misery.
Craig can be very charming when he wants to be.
Evidently.
No. You are not off the hook. You tried to kill Craig. Think I'm going to let you get away with that?
Well, you didn't. You stopped me.
Yeah, well, who's to say you're not going to try to do it again?
Maybe I will.
I'm not going to protect you, Paul. Those days are over.
Okay. So you do what you have to do. Pay no attention to what I said before about going to the police and telling them how I saw you fussing with the gun. I was only bluffing.
What are you doing?
You're always looking out for me. This isn't the first time you saved me. That's one of the reasons, Em, that
What?
you'll always be special to me. You had a baby, you know? We lost our baby together.
Did you think about her?
Oh, I think about her all the time. She's beautiful. She was ours, all ours. You and I are bound together not just by everything we've shared, but through everything we've lost.
Having a baby with someone, it ties you together like nothing else.
Yeah, not something I've ever shared with anyone else.
Not Meg.
Not even me. I know I have no right to say this to you, but
Just say it.
everything that we've been through has been so intense. In a lot of ways, I feel like you've looked deeper in my heart than anyone else that's alive.
Just promise me that you won't try to hurt Craig again.
Okay. Promise. The truth is, I value my freedom too much anyway. You all right?
Yeah, he'll be fine. I thought you left.
Yeah, I asked her to stay.
Why?
Well, because you asked before what we were doing in Craig's room, so go ahead, Em. Why don't you tell Meg?
I came to visit Craig. I walked in his room and I found Paul there.
It's okay.
He was talking to Craig. I didn't know what he was saying.
I was here to visit you, okay? I walked by, I heard some noise. I thought Craig might need some help, so I went in there. I was already in there when Emily came in.
We were going to call a nurse, and then you showed up.
Okay, so why didn't you just say so?
Well, I felt a little self-conscious. We weren't supposed to be there. Visitors weren't allowed.
Well, they just lifted that order. It looks like they're going to change Craig's status to stable.
Oh,
By the end of the day.
good. Can I see him?
Sure. If you are going to talk about work, though, don't mention anything that'll agitate him.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. Thanks.
Well, you and Emily seemed really chummy when I came out.
Talking about the baby. It was nice to remember.
Yeah. course it is. You know, I need to go check on some patients. Do you have to go?
Oh, I'll wait here for you. Thank you. Thanks for saving me again.
Just promise me you're not going to
Look,
try
you don't
anything
need to
with
feel
Craig,
guilty
please.
about what just happened, all right? Dusty is the reason that Craig is in that bed, not you or me. And I know that what I was doing was wrong, but it did get us to have a conversation. And I did need to reconnect with you. I didn't realize how much.
Me too.
So the thing with me and Craig, that's just between you and me, right?
Yeah, it's our secret.
Thanks. And thanks for everything.
I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have asked you to wait. It's so busy
Come
today.
on, for you. I'll wait. Of course I'll wait.
Are we okay?
Yeah, are we? I hope so. We're getting married tomorrow.
Okay, it just seemed you seemed a little weird when I asked you what you were doing in Craig's room.
Well, look, I heard a noise and I walked in and I mean, as soon as I walked in there, I immediately had second thoughts. Seeing him unconscious like that, I have to tell you, I could almost see how you wouldn't think he was a danger.
He isn't. Not to us. Is Emily okay?
Yeah, why?
She just seemed angry at first, and for a minute there I thought maybe you told her that we were getting married tomorrow.
No. I do not want her crashing our wedding.
Well, neither do I. The only drama I want tomorrow is when we say I do and you kiss the bride. So, are you ready to have a ring on your finger?
Absolutely.
I got yours inscribed, you know.
You did?
Yeah.
With what?
Touch this man and die, he's mine. Signed, Meg, Snyder, Ryan. Paul Ryan's one and only
It's a
wife.
lot of words for such
Yeah.
a little ring.
Yeah, but you know what? You'll never know because you'll never have to take it off. Tomorrow, I am going to be your wife. And I could hardly wait.
Okay, then we won't.
We'll get married?
No, we won't wait. Look, there's you and there's me, and we have some rings and we have clothes, so let's just get married tonight.